Hey, there we go, folks. Hey, Roland Martin here, and it's time for the Friday update. What's happening, Roland? That's the deal. Hey, I love my little thing. This is great for just working the levees and stuff. And what I wanted to mention was the fishing that's available right now. One of the things that happened this week was I did a film with this bicycle not too long ago with Evert Williams, and we rode these bicycles down to the one of the spillways around the Farm 13 Stick Marsh complex, and Everett and I caught a whole bunch of bass. Well, I didn't fish with Everett this last Saturday, but he went this last Saturday, and they were pumping water because we had a great big flood over at Fellsmere, some 14 inches of water, and they've been pumping all this water all around. There's water moving all over the place right now. So Everett went down there, and I called him the other day, and Everett took his bicycle. He's got a similar, he's got a two-wheeler, and he took his bicycle down to the spillway like we did in that film we did. He caught 40 bass. He caught them mainly on a Carolina rig with like a blue and black Cinco looking thing. It was a stickworm, it wasn't a Cinco. But anyway, with a 3/4 ounce weight thrown out in that heavy current, and he had a couple 7-pound bass and a couple 6-pound bass. But the point is, this is a narrow window of opportunity. When you go down to these stick marsh areas and they're pumping water, they might only pump it for another couple of days. I'm going to go over there Monday. Hopefully, they're going to be pumping water. I don't know if they are. They shut it off, and that's the end of the fishing. Of course, there's the stick marsh. That's one thing, and then right next to it is the headwaters lake, and of course, I'm catching the heck out of my headwater lake. That's my bread and butter. That's where I take everybody. Anyway, that's the thing. Okay, today is Friday, and it's Good Friday. Well, it's Friday. It's the Friday of Christmas. It's Black Friday. It's Black Friday actually. And so what I did today, my wife and I went down and bought these bicycles. These are bicycles, and how we do it, we're kind of a charity thing. There's a couple churches here in town that we support, and we'll go to the Christmas trees of the churches, and we'll pick out something off the tree, just arbitrary, anonymous thing. And we'll, in this case, it was a couple cards we had. The kids needed bicycles, so we have 4 bicycles, and we bought them actually. They were less than $100 a piece. It was a pretty economical thing on Black Friday. You can really save some money. And so we spent a few $100s, but this is for the children that need bicycles for Christmas. And that's just my contribution to this community, I guess. And of course, my wife, she does the Meals of Hope, and she does a community service as well. She gives away free meals through the week, so it's kind of where the charity comes from. But anyway, that's what happened this week. Now, also this week, I drove all the way up to Kentucky. And I got to show you what happened. Come on over here. I drove all the way up to Kentucky, and here's what happened. Just like go past all these guns and stuff, and look at this shot right here. I'm going to show you something. Watch what happens. Watch what happens. Watch what's happening. Oh my heavens! I shot the deer, and oh, big old giant deer. Look at that thing. Look at that. Well, anyway, that's the deer. Now here, I'll just show you real quick what's going on in this thing. Sean, my cameraman's turning this phone back on. On his phone, he's got a deal. Here's Sean, my cameraman. He's doing stuff. Look at this deer. Now let me explain what it is. Okay, this guy here is Mark Knight, and he runs Diamond Whitetails out of Kentucky. And this is that big giant deer you just saw me shoot, and it's part of his operation. Now he used to have Midwest Whitetail Adventures out of Kansas, and I hunted with Mark in Kansas and passed up some beautiful deer and had a great hunting trip as well. But anyway, that's my biggest deer to date so far. It's a really big one. Now, Mark's also a tournament fisherman. How we got together was we met on the tournament trail fishing the Eastern Opens, and what we did, he said, how interested are you in hunting? I said, I like to hunt pretty well, but I like to fish probably more. And he said, well, it ended up being that he actually sponsored me in the Midwest Whitetail Adventures actually sponsored me for a year and some entry fee monies to fish the tournament trail, so we could all fish together. Tony Couch, one of his other guides, and golly day, a whole bunch of different Kim Carver, another friend from Atlanta, and Mark's from Atlanta, and a whole bunch of his friends. And so we'd all get together and work together. You know, when you work together on a tournament trail and everybody pools their information, it really helps out. Everybody does better. So there's 5 or 6 of us all fishing together, and we wouldn't tell exactly where everybody was fishing. We'd honor each other's spot. He might have fished in Browns Point, and I'm fishing over here somewhere else. I wouldn't fish Browns Point, but he might have said, I'm catching them on a certain kind of crankbait, a certain kind of spinnerbait, certain kind of buzzbait, whatever it might be, and giving me an idea of patterns, and I would share my pattern information with him as well. Anyway, we all had a great time. Okay, the guns we got. Listen, look at the thing. Let me explain a little bit. I've been interested in guns because I was in the Army, and I did a lot of shooting in the Army and stuff, and I got into sniper work, and I got into all kind of long-range shooting. And so what I ended up doing is doing wildcat. Now, wildcat stuff, let me tell you what a wildcat is. This is a wildcat cartridge. This is a normal 243 Winchester, but it's been blown out, and now it's the 243 improved Ackley. So what it's a longer case now. The case has been expanded out. It's still a 243 bullet, but it's a longer case, and so it holds more powder. Okay, that's one of my deer rifles. The other deer rifle that I shot that big deer with, look at this big giant thing. That's a 6.5 by 300 Weatherby Magnum. Now, my gunsmith, let me explain these guns. My gunsmith, for example, this 243 improved Ackley, I was in Dallas, Texas one time, and I found this old Mauser 98 action, First World War action, but it's often preferred to be by gunsmiths to build rifles with, because it's a good, strong action. So I called my gunsmith, Donna Music. I said, I got a certain Mauser action. Should I buy it? Yeah, okay. He put it with a nice Hart barrel. He put it with a nice Macmillan stock, and I ended up with a custom rifle, a 243 improved Ackley. So, okay, so this rifle, kind of the same kind of deal. Camp Perry, Ohio, has a 1,000-yard shoot every year. And it's like the holy grail of 1,000-yard shooting. And so this guy that had this particular 6.5 by 300 Weatherby won the 1,000-yard Camp Perry shoot about 25 years ago. It was a Wildcat cartridge. So we called the guy up. My gunsmith, Don, called that gunsmith. We got the exact barrel. We got the exact stock. We ended up with the exact, this is actually a shilling action. It's a kind of a handmade action. It's a shilling action. And so anyway, that's what happens. And if you notice, I got the gun all unloaded now. And that is really, really a powerful rifle. And it's set up for a 1,000-yard shot. It's so funny because the first 1,000-yard time I used it about 25 years ago, I was elk hunting in Arizona. At 1,000 yards away, I saw it with my binoculars, an elk. He kept coming closer. He got 500 yards. I thought, maybe I could shoot him. He got 300 yards. Oh, I know I can shoot him. He got 200 yards. I can maybe shoot him. Finally, it's just right there on top of me, about from here to my bicycle. And I said, oh my heavens, and boom, I shot the thing at 30 feet. So that's what happens when you have a 1,000-yard rifle. Sometimes your shots are a lot closer. Anyway, the other day with this big old whitetail that you see in the picture, he wasn't but about 100 yards away. It wasn't very far away. But anyway, that's my point. Okay, the other deal is that we're going with now, look at this freezer. Look at this ice chest. Okay, here is some bacon. Okay, here's some deer meat. Look at this whole big bag of deer meat. That's a Boston butt. Now, what I'm going to do with all that is I have a special recipe. It's really good. I'd make hamburger meat out of all of this. I take the Boston butt and the bacon and the deer meat, I grind it up in this big thing I got from Johnny Morris, this big old Bass Pro Shop grinder. I put the Worcestershire sauce in there. I put sea salt, black pepper, garlic powder. Grind it all up. I'll make the most delicious hamburgers you've ever tasted in your whole entire life. And that's what I'm going to do in the next couple hours. I'm going to be grinding my meat up. I got basically about 100 pounds of hamburger. I'll be giving it away to all my friends, and it makes great meatloaf as well. But anyway, that's kind of what's been happening this week. The great fishing with the moving water over headwaters. That's one big issue. The other issue, it's Thanksgiving, and what a great time that is. And it's a Good Friday, so we bought the bikes, and of course my deer hunting. So that's been my entire week. But listen, I'm going to go back over there And I'm going to go back over to Headwaters Monday, and I'll give you an update next week on how that moving water is, because I know it's going to be red hot. This is the time to catch big fish. So I'm going to keep you updated. Hey, listen, thanks for watching. Hit that likes button, because O'Reilly's and all my people at Bass Pro, they just love it when you hit the likes button. We'll see you again soon.